Let me tell you about a chicken thief who accidentally toppled a government. Yeah, that's right. I said chicken thief. Now, before your imagination goes wild, no, he didn't throw chickens at Parliament or launch a coup with a flock of heavily armed hens. But what started off as a simple midnight chicken heist quickly spirals into a cross-country manhunt, a hidden identity from a plane crash 2 decades ago, and enough political intrigue to make Robert Ludlum blush. Welcome to the mad, mad world of the chicken thief. A story where a stolen letter might be more dangerous than a stolen chicken. And our unlikely hero, Alois, might just be Southern Africa's answer to Jason Bourne. If Jason Bourne had a girlfriend named Rose and a bad habit of blushing. Let's dive in. Alois is a master at his craft. No, not a master of arms, espionage, or politics. He's a master chicken thief. That's right. This man has spent his years perfecting the noble art of late-night poultry extraction. But one night, during one of his usual feathered adventures, things go awry. He stumbles upon a robbery, not one of his doing, and while fleeing the scene, quite literally crashes into the life of a man named Jim. Now, Jim isn't your average academic. He's a university professor who, for some reason, has been watching Alois's midnight escapades. Instead of calling the police or animal control, he offers Alois a job. $1,000 just to pick up a letter from a man at midnight. Easy money, right? Except nothing is ever easy when a mysterious envelope is involved. When Alois shows up at the pickup spot, the letterman is nowhere to be found, but bullets definitely are. A chaotic flurry of gunfire erupts. Alois ends up accidentally rescuing a woman, which really messes up his letter retrieval plan. So instead of walking away with an envelope, he drives away with a fugitive. And this isn't just any woman. This is Gabriel, as in the Gabriel, the national heroine presumed dead in a plane crash 25 years ago. Funeral and all, even the president attended. Now, either she's a ghost or someone's been lying to the entire country for a quarter of a century. Suddenly, Alois isn't just a petty thief anymore. He's the unwitting protector of the most politically explosive secret in the nation.
Whoa!
As Alois tries to piece together what the hell is going on, Jim calls him and begins speaking in codes. Literal spy stuff. Tells him to hide the car. Says everything has changed. And that's when Alois realizes, slowly but surely, that he's knee-deep in something much bigger than himself, or the chicken economy.
I did not sign up for this!
Now Gabriel, it turns out, has no interest in quietly slipping away. No, she wants answers. She wants the truth. She wants to know what happened to the other 4 leaders who died in that mysterious plane crash. Because yes, she was one of 7 revolutionary leaders who fought for independence. And yes, the crash killed 5. She survived. One man, Ndlovu, her old rival, survived. And the 7th? That's the president, who's still in power after 25 years and looking increasingly like a dictator. So what really happened that day, and why has Gabriel been locked away in secret all this time?
Oh, if I tell you, I gotta kill you now.
Over the next few days, just 5 in total, Alois is forced into the kind of life that would make even seasoned freedom fighters break a sweat. Dodging bullets, weaving lies, driving across the country with death on his heels, all while still trying to figure out what exactly Jim dragged him into. Along the way, he enlists the help of a few familiar faces. Harry, his white friend, a photographer and literary enabler. Daniel, Harry's friend and an aspiring opposition leader, back from school abroad and angry at the system. And Rose, Alois's girlfriend, who really didn't sign up for any of this but gets swept in anyway.
I did not sign up for this!
Together, they weave through farmsteads, secret hideouts, and eventually reach the Levin household. Ursula and Philip, a couple who allegedly supported the independence movement despite being, well, on the other side of the privilege fence. Their story adds another layer of ambiguity to the tale. Were there really white people plotting their own lifestyle's demise for the sake of justice? All the while, Gabriel remains fierce, sharp, and slightly unbelievable. She's been in a solitary room for 25 years with nothing but a spoon, a fork, 2 newspapers a week, and a guard. Yet somehow she's sharper than ever. A tad too sharp. She even saves an entire community from drought with her gardening skills. I mean, move over Jamie Oliver, this woman's got tools, theories, and a spade. The final showdown? Right where it all started, the Parliament House. The president is about to announce he's stepping down thanks to international pressure. But Alois, Gabriel, and the ghosts of the past are ready to rewrite history in real time. It's tense, it's unpredictable. And it's Alois, the once clumsy chicken thief, who carries the story to its resolution. He may not be the brightest, he may not be the fastest, but his heart's in the right place, and that's enough to keep the story thrilling. The book is The Chicken Thief by Fiona Leonard, and yes, it was self-published, which makes this wild political thriller even more impressive. Set in an unnamed African country, heavily inspired by Zimbabwe, Leonard manages to weave a story that blends fast-paced action, political mystery, humor, and just enough absurdity to keep you flipping pages deep into the night. It asks all the right what-ifs. What if not all the heroes of independence died? What if history wasn't just written by the victors, but actively rewritten to protect power? What if the real change came not from revolutionaries or scholars, but from someone like Alois, who never asked to be part of the story at all? What stood out to me the most, besides the gripping plot, was the ambiguity and layered storytelling. The country remains unnamed, but the political signs are loud and clear. Leonard doesn't shy away from implicating real history or asking uncomfortable questions, and yet it never feels preachy. But I had a few issues. Gabriel, as fascinating as she was, felt a bit too invincible. After 25 years in confinement, she shouldn't be this perfect. Her skills, from flawless lying to miraculous gardening, felt like something out of a Bond movie. And that scene where she collapses dramatically after recognizing a flight location, just a bit too cinematic. Also, minor quibble, but Alois felt the color rushing into his cheeks. Come on, he's black. That kind of description works better for lighter skin tones. Twice, maybe a rethink there. But I forgave all of that because the story worked. Alois's journey was satisfying, funny, poignant, and brave in its own quiet way. He's not your typical hero, but then again, neither is Gabriel. And neither is the book itself. Fiona Leonard touches on some heavy themes here. Post-independence disillusionment. What happens after the flags stop waving? Memory and erasure. Who gets remembered? Who gets forgotten? Power and betrayal. Even among the freedom fighters, there were factions, backstabs, hidden motives. The role of the ordinary change doesn't always come from the top. Sometimes it's the Aloises of the world who shift the tide. And then there's the satire, the subtle humor about bureaucracy, secrecy, and political doublespeak. This book does what African fiction rarely dares to do. Be funny and thrilling, dark and hopeful, familiar and outlandish. Fiona Leonard isn't a name that rings out in every literary circle, but maybe it should. She took a risk, writing a politically charged thriller set in Africa and publishing it herself. And it paid off. Self-publishing often gets a bad rap, but The Chicken Thief is proof that stories don't need corporate blessing to be powerful. They just need heart, and guts, and a chicken thief, apparently. If you're looking for a fast-paced African political thriller with unexpected depth, wit, and an oddball hero you'll come to love, The Chicken Thief should be high on your list. So, what if the next great revolution starts not with a soldier, but with a thief? Let that thought sit with you. And hey, maybe keep an eye on your chickens. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in diving deeper into this book, I've left some links down in the description. You can use it to grab yourself a copy and keep the adventure going. And if you're in the mood for more great reads, don't go just yet. Click on one of the videos popping up right now that I think you'll love. And don't forget to give this review a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you'd like to see more. Every bit of support helps us grow this little community of book lovers. See you in the next one.